Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. It is about, I would say, close to 9 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to get out here around 6 or 7, but I just was not feeling well. But I wanted to come out and do a end of July garden tour. It's been a busy July, so I'm a little bit late on the tour. It's now like the beginning part of August, specifically August 9th. But that always happens to us, so we just still gotta do what we have to do. I am going to be focused on the flower garden area. I'm going to keep doing the vegetable garden and the deck separately, just so that the video is not too long. Since we are out here later than I intended, let's kind of jump right in before the sun comes out. Let's start in this section, which we normally never really start in. This is down below from the deck area, and right now we have I keep forgetting the variety name. This is the Eversweet strawberry, mostly on this side, and I planted some seascape just along the curve here that I decided that I want to move. So I'm using just little containers, seed starting containers, to place the runners in so that I can move them much easier. And the ones that are already in the ground, I'm going to dig up after they're done fruiting, because you could see here they are putting on some fruits. I'm gonna have to get some netting over them. And then back here, these are the Eversweet ones that I'm going to let the runners kind of spread all around here. And this is going to be the Eversweet strawberry area. I like to keep my strawberries separately, just so that I could test the different flavors, just see what I like best, and just, I don't know, I like keeping things a little bit separate. And then I have some black-eyed Susan here. These are the two varieties. We have the cherry brandy and we have the caramel mix. So I placed those two here kind of around this cherry tree. This is the Van Sweet cherry. We had moved it this year, so the leafing and stuff just took a little bit to recover from the move. Initially it was right here, and I really like it back here much better. We have some Limelight Prime here. These are just temporary until I'm able to move them. And then usually whenever I have trays of items, I'll kind of dump it over the deck here. So I dumped a tray of like basil, tomato, and they kind of rooted in, and I'm just letting them continue to grow. We also have this rose here. So this is the Bathsheba rose, and she is getting so big. She is a short climber. And I also planned to move her. So initially I had two Bathsheba rose plants. So I had one kind of in this area, and then this one planted there, because the plan was to just have them cascading along the edge of the deck. Since that one died, I think after this season I'm going to prune it and kind of move it in the middle here so that it could kind of run along the railing here, and I'll figure out something else along there. Maybe I'll put the other rose variety to run along the back end of that. In the pot here we have the Bushel and Berry Peach Sorbet Blueberry, which got some burns during like the really hot part. I guess the pot wasn't getting enough water. I really want to put the pots on drip. I'm struggling to keep up with watering the pots, and kind of this is what caused that. And then I still have some pansies in front. They were kind of getting really big and long and straggly, so I went ahead and pruned them back, and they are recovering really nicely. We have some nice flowers here, and then up here we have the Maverick geranium tied with the cucumber plant. This is the bait alpha cucumber, and I have been picking cucumbers off of this plant. It is kind of getting really long at this point. It's now going alongside the deck, so maybe I'll just have it run on the railing there. Maybe that's what I should have done in the beginning, and just maybe have something else in the what is this called again, in the obelisk, and then have the cucumber vine kind of run along the deck, just to get ample use of the planter. And then over here, same thing, but our blueberry, unfortunately, this was the silver dollar one. It is no more. And I also did the same prune back for these pansies or violas. I can't remember which specific one I planted here. And they are doing okay, but I think I'm going to sprinkle some seeds so that we could have some color for the fall. I still haven't figured out a place for this Asian pear. It is a full-size pear, so I do have to make sure that I have ample space for it to branch out and stuff, and I just have not found the right space for it as yet. And then another cucumber here, you could see it's getting powdery mildew. I'm going to prune off some of those leaves and see if that helps a little bit. If not, I'm going to just put some more seeds down in there. They do not take a long time to grow at all, so because it's now the beginning of August, we definitely have time for another cucumber plant to kind of take off and give us fruit. But here's a little cucumber here. So far I picked, I believe, 3 cucumbers from this and about 1 from the other one. And then over here is like the shade garden bed. We have the hydrangeas, the limelight prime in the back. I have to come in and take out some of these weeds right here. I'm still undecided of whether or not I'm going to keep the limelight primes back there, because the elderberries kind of take center stage. And then we have some Senorita Rose. I do have to come in and kind of prune these back a little bit. You want to prune roses back to 5 leaf, and that's the method that I've been seeing that gives great results. Some Dusty Millers here that I started from seed, and then I have some peonies that I didn't even remember that I planted there, along with the oh so easy Italian ice rose. It's not blooming currently, but it's a nice beautiful color. We have some marigolds that I planted, and the bee balm here. I think I'm gonna prune her back as well and see if she flushes out some more nice blooms for us. The reminiscent rose actually just stopped blooming, but hopefully I get another go of blooms later on. This is what I've been wanting for so long. These flowers take such a long time to get up to size and bloom. And this is the corally pink Lysianthus. And we have a few of them here. And funny enough, it takes quite a long time, but they're so pretty that I'm definitely going to try them again this year. We have the Bartlett pear, which is the one pear that's on this fruit tree, and the one fruit that the squirrels, I don't know if they haven't discovered or they're just not interested in it, but I'm hoping this one continues to grow, because this is going to be the only fruit that I'm able to eat off my fruit trees. Everything else has been eaten up by the squirrels. I also pruned back this yarrow here, and you could see it's now putting out new flush of blooms. Then the panorama red bee balm again. So funny enough, over here I planted or started some seeds of this plant. I don't know why my brain is blanking on its name right now, but I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. And it seemed like it didn't come up. It seemed like I failed at the transplant. And then suddenly this year, I see like a couple of them popping up in different places. It's just really funny how some of these perennial work, you'll think that they, died or something, and then they'll pop up in later years. Same thing for this peony here as well. I didn't even remember that I planted that, and now maybe by the end of the season I'm going to move it somewhere else that it'll probably work better because it doesn't get that much sun here. Then over here, this is kind of the front part of the flower garden. I planted the Sweet Williams last year, and the first year they just give out the leaves, and the second year is actually when they put out the flowers, and they had grown really tall, and I didn't know that if you prune them back if they'll rebloom again, but I wanted to give it a try, and they actually did rebloom again. So I am really, really happy about that. So I get a second flush of blooms. And then back here, I had planted a bunch of different varieties of zinnias. This one is the Mazurkia, if I'm seeing the tag correctly. And then we have some other ones just about to come out. And I'm going to try to keep up on harvesting the zinnias so that they could branch out more and I could get a lot of flush of the flowers. And by this one, I could kind of tell this is called the Envy, but I know this is the one that is just all green. And I'm just really excited to see what happens with those. I had them in the tray for a good amount of time. They were looking pretty rough, so I'm happy that I just went ahead and planted them anyways. And now I'm gonna have a little drift of zinnias back there. I have the Black-Eyed Susan here. This was a volunteer. I also have what is this called again? Oh my gosh. Echinaceas. So this is the Echinaceas. I don't remember the specific variety. I bought this from one of the big box store. But I really love the vibrant pink of this variety. And then I have some smaller zinnias here that I kind of lumped together. Maybe I'll separate them, but they were just like two lumps and they've branched off, and I'm sure they're going to be a nice big show for us. And then we have the other Lysianthus here that is starting to open, which is really exciting. I don't remember the variety, and I'm kind of looking around to see if I find a tag, but no such luck. But if I do remember, I'll put it on the screen for you guys. But it's looking like it's gonna be a almost pinkish green color. I don't know if you could kind of see that. Let me move my finger for you. See if I could tap. It's not wanting to focus. But I'm really excited to see the full bloom when it fully opens up. And then we have the Sweet Romance Lavender. I had a third one back there. I don't know what specifically happened, but it's not happy and it died. And I see a little bit of dead branches in here. I don't know if I'm watering it too much, but I am just pulling out those dead branches so that the plant is not working at recovering those. And I'm hoping that these stay alive. These smell smells so good. I'm going to prune these a bit so that I could hang some in my car to have that nice smell while I'm driving. And then we have the candied, oh gosh, why can't I remember this one either? I think it's a candy stripe or something like that. Pepper, and I just love the variegated peppers, the variegated leaves, and an issue is they're not getting that big. So here's one. It's not getting that big, and I keep waiting for it to get bigger, and because of that, they're kind of rotting on the tree. So I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm gonna pick them. They seem, maybe they're like a smaller pepper, or I just need to fertilize them a little bit more. But it is getting pretty big. You could see the plant is like from here to here. So that's about almost 2.5 feet wide, which is insane. But it's pretty happy. I used to have like a little birdhouse here, and I thought it would kind of taken away from the view right here a bit. So I pulled it out, and we're gonna move it over the other end there. I need to prune back these Shasta daisies. I want to get something like right in here. Maybe I should put the Asian pear right in here. We have some more peppers here. I'm really enjoying having the edibles with the flowers. It just gives like a different leaf texture, just something fun in between the color. The sun is like coming out already, so let me move down here a bit. You could see back there we have the eggplant, a lot of calendula here that I need to prune back. We get a second flush of blooms. Some peppers here as well. I also have this hydrangea here, and I think I'm gonna move her at the end of the year just so that she could get more shade. I'm learning that the panicle hydrangeas are the ones that you want to, that could withstand the sun a little bit more than these macrophylla hydrangeas. And then we have my chives that are just taken over. I need to prune that as well and kind of freeze some of those. We have some dill. I won't go too far into the garden bed area, but you can see down here like the main show and like a peek at the chicken coop is the Verbena veneriensis. Oh my gosh, they are gorge. Still have some celery down here, and it just looks so good. Looks so good. I'm definitely going to try to add more edibles with the flowers next year. I also put a piece of bobo hydrangea that had broken off, and I put it back there, and it seems to be doing well. I guess there's not much to it currently, but we have some blooms, and that's something. We also have some echinacea back here as well. Yarrow that I should probably come in and cut. Some beautiful snapdragons back here. It's just a lot of different colors and textures. And snapdragon seeds for them are just right in this pod after they dry down. So if you pick this pod, you'll see like little black seeds, and literally just go like this, and you'll be sharing those seeds, and they'll pop up for you again next year. And then this is the Lampin Sweet Cherry Tree. I'm thinking I may want to put her towards the front a little bit more, so that when she kind of branches out, it doesn't go too far into the vegetable garden that needs the sun. But we'll see. Lots of changes that I want to do. The verbena is kind of spreading themselves around. I know I'm going to get a bunch of those popping up next year. I had some peaches on this little dwarf peach tree. This one is the Flaming Fury, and of course when we were away, the squirrels kind of ate them all up. And we do have some Sweet William down here. We have some foxgloves back here, some, what are these now? I want to say echinaceas. No, they're not echinaceas. Black-eyed Susans. We have some black-eyed Susans here. Probably need to prune this so that it could flush out some nice, pretty new blooms like this one down here. And then I had moved, which type of, oh, this is one of the Sweet Romance lavender that I moved down here, and it's actually been doing much better than it was when it was at the front of the border. So I had 4 in total. Now I have 3 of them, but I want to get some more, so I think I may go down to one of the big box stores and see if I could find some more. I don't know what this plant is. It seems like I planted it, but I don't know what it is. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section. Then we have another Macrophylla hydrangea. You could see the burns on the ends. They definitely need a little bit more coverage. Maybe I'll add those to the shade garden where the limelight primes were. And then we just have a mix of like blueberries here. We have the salvia here. This one came back from last year. Some black-eyed Susan. We have, oh, I think this is a volunteer of, actually let me smell the leaf. Yeah, so this is what we call, I could tell by the leaf that this is a Circe plant. For you guys, it's called bitter melon. Bitter melon, but for us, we call the plant Circe. And I'm going to really enjoy having this because I like to let it dry and then use it for tea. And I didn't plant any, and I was supposed to, and I completely forgot, so I'm really happy about that. And now it's kind of using the verbena as kind of a trellising system to get the vines going up. Same thing here with the what is this again, the chives. I have to cut this and freeze some of that. And then we have the wines and roses, Weigela. It wasn't looking good for a while, but you could see it's kind of pushing out some new leaves. So I'm really happy about that. Let's go over here. It's kind of a mess over on this side. Ugh. The peach tree here is growing really nicely. A pomegranate back there. Another bee balm variety here. I transferred this hydrangea from the front right before we left for vacation, so I wasn't on top of the watering, so it's not looking its best, but I think once I keep up with the watering, it's going to recover really well. And then we had this plant, which I don't know what it is. It popped up and I really enjoyed the flowers of it, and I can't remember, I think I did look it up, but I can't remember the name of it. But ever since this plant has been here, this is the first time in the garden that I've seen a hummingbird, and it really enjoys this plant. And you could see it has that like deep tubular flower that hummingbird enjoy, the bright red. And this is supposed to be a hummingbird feeder, but I need to replace the kind of content so that it's bright red, so that the hummingbirds actually try to drink from it. And here's the other plant that I thought didn't come to fruition, but it's actually doing really well right here. Oh gosh, I can't believe that I can't remember. Oh, it's a milkweed. It's a milkweed. And yeah, I started a bunch of them and I just thought they didn't work out. But here they are like a couple years later and they are actually thriving. So that's really good. The rose that I have back here is not doing too well, but I hope it bounced back. We have my favorites, which You guys know that I absolutely love the flowers of artichokes. So that's why I grow artichokes. Here's a nice fresh one back here. Turn the light a little bit so that you could kind of see the intense blue. It's not even really showing up that much on this camera. And then I have some artichokes back here as well, but I need to come in and clean up this wall and finally get the weed fabric down, because we just cannot keep up with the cleaning of the weeds. I did go ahead and prune a lot of stuff back here, like the yarrow, the daisy. I'm going to prune the daisies down a little bit more. The apples, I had about 10 apples here that I was hoping would get up to size, and the squirrels absolutely ate all of them. I even, when I came back and I just saw one, I put one of the mesh bags around it, and they took the apple and the mesh bag and ate the apple and left the mesh bag on the play set that the girls have in the back. Some foxgloves, some salvia back here, and yeah, it looks a little messy back there, but we're gonna get that properly cleaned. We just need to get it done. Then we have some, this is the forest pansy that I thought died, but it seems like it's coming back. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna plant it out in this area here. I think that would look really nice. There's another artichoke flower, but these vines are just so annoying. Ugh. If you don't have vines and vineweed and those things, just be very thankful. It's the morning glory that I guess somebody had planted here before, and it's just reseeded itself over and over and kind of taken over. And then we have some Lady of Shallot rose back here that I'm hoping kind of grows up in cascades over the bird bath a bit, but for right now they're still pretty small. We have some marigolds in front. We do have some I forgot what those are called in the back. They were showing up a lot more when the marigolds were a little bit smaller, but it looks like I accidentally planted the very large variety, and now they're kind of taken over, but I don't mind too much. They are really pretty. Nice pop of orange right there. The peach, had a bunch of peach. Squirrels ate those. Under here we have the sequoia strawberry variety, and I think I'm going to take the ones from the front and just have the sequoias here, and in the front I'm going to have seascape strawberries. Then we have the blueberry plant that's done blooming, the panorama red bee balm, the arb. Back here you could see the nice new green growth, but I still don't know where I want to put those permanently. Then we have some of these. I believe these are like a rose something. I don't quite remember the name of those. A nice pepper plant over here. And then we have the I can't say the name, but this is a persimmon. We have a lemongrass back there. We have the castor beans that I just like for the flowers and the dark foliage. Nothing crazy here. We still have the goji berry. The roses in this part of the area are all looking good. These are all Brussels sprouts that I was kind of using as bait, essentially, or like a trap crop for the groundhogs that do come in the garden. They come over here and eat these, which is great. So they tend to look not so good sometimes, but those are sacrificial plants, so I'm okay with it. And then this is actually the Beyond Pinked Bluebeard. And it's looking really nice. I'm really happy with this plant. Some more foxgloves towards the front. They haven't pushed out their flowers as yet. And we have the pomegranate. I'm really hoping to see if the pomegranates push out any fruit this year. Definitely by next year they'll push out some fruit. And then this is the, don't remember this variety of cherry, but I do, yeah, this is the Napoleon Sweet, and I do think I want to get rid of her. I think I have too many cherry trees. And then I have the, oh gosh, what is this variety of lavender? I can't remember, but it gets really big. I'll put the name for you guys if it pops back into my head. And some Dusty Miller. We have another rose here, and then lastly we have the Rainier Cherry. I don't know, I think I want to get rid of that as well. I just have too much cherry trees. Then we have the little quick fire hydrangea back here. And then you guys know I was doing the winter sowing and I just messed up really bad. I just never got over here to take them out. They were doing well. I would say they were a success. The only issue was me coming back here and actually opening them up and taking them out. And I don't know. I just got busy with so many other things, but I am going to do them next year, and I'm just going to make sure that maybe I don't do as much. Oh, this is a butterfly bush. Can't remember the specific variety, but I transplanted it from in the front, and that's there. And then another arbor back here. This is not the permanent location for this one either. So really quickly, I also planted some pole red beans, some pole black beans. You could see it's kind of changing colors over here. So these you're supposed to let dry, and you'll get nice fresh black beans. And then we have another elderberry here that I'm definitely going to remove and put towards the back. We have the peach here. This is the Belle of Georgia peach. I do need to come here and put the weed fabric around this area better. And I also need to prune this rose. I can't remember anything today. The At Last rose. This is the birdhouse that was there prior to. And then we still have to move the bird bath in this area as well. So nothing crazy along this area here. Blueberries are still doing fine. A lot of these strawberries didn't survive in a few of the containers, but we have runners here that I've been meaning to go ahead and put little planter trays in. Put little seed starting containers so that I could transfer them over to the containers down here. And these are, I'm trying to remember the variety of strawberries that they are. I had a label in here at some point. But yeah, this is a different variety of strawberry as well. And then we have the raspberries here, kind of just under last leg, because I have not figured out a permanent location for them as yet. And then we have some marigolds, some black-eyed Susan going on down here. Kind of walking carefully, because sometimes there's like dog poop down here, but we do have to come in and maybe put down some weed fabric along the back here to prevent the weeds, but it's definitely looking a lot better than it's looked before. Some mint here, some marigolds. Look at this raspberry coming up. Oh, I'm really happy about that. We have some boysenberry still in this container that I think I'm just going to get rid of. I don't like the thorns, and the berries aren't that good, so definitely not worth it in my book. So that's going to be it for the end of July garden tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this little flower garden tour. Comment below what's your favorite thing that you're growing in the garden right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Continue to Irie yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.